Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so. It will help to grow this channel. For a lot of us who are early birds, I don't know if you remember back in 2021 during the Julie and Milo show when we were chatting about 3D printing, Mr. Ash was listening behind the scene and he popped in and totally blew our mind away. Well, did you get it back then? Let's not review any further points. Let's listening in and connect the dots. For a lot of us who are currently listening right now, you may not understand about ONPASSIVE, but listening to this episode, it will help you further your knowledge on passive and also on our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh. Without further ado, here is Mr. Ash Mufareh, the founder and CEO of ONPASSIVE.
Hello, very good to see all of you here. I am so happy and honored, excited, pleased to be here as usual and make a use of me. I realized early on that taking people to the top is far more fulfilling than arriving alone. I am so happy that you are with me, as my wife is still very happy that she's still with me when I'm arriving. Okay, so I am thrilled that you're still around and you are a visionary, you are a believer. So I liked to hear you, I listened to you to go. I do agree with you, but I would like just to use a different, I think the future is absolutely technology and the intelligence, the smart element of what could be utilized and benefited from technology is endless. It's limitless. Where do you want to go? So yeah, space exploration, 3D printing, artificial intelligence. This is the new era. This is life. Speaking of that, so but it sounds to me that every other sector or aspect of life automatically would follow the leading trends. One thing is quite essential to talk about. For the last how many years, energy has been also the source of life, and it's a challenging topic. There are so many downsides of it, the harmful effects, hazardous if you wish, and of course all the politics, the wars, and authority and uh, control of power that follows that fight of who's going to have this, because it's the treasure of life. And that's why for the past century or so, I think we were somewhat divided to a degree, instead of being united as a human race to progress and accomplish what we can to get ahead and to conquer common issues and disasters in life, rather than just fighting internally. So I do believe the next century is far more promising with the intelligence that is available now. If we succeed to align all of those powers, whether it's 3D printing, whether it's space exploration, whether it's clean energy or sustainable energy, whether it's the ONPASSIVE internet, okay, whether it's a new plane level, field level of financial stimulus plan, if you wish, something that is more fair, less or not less, not corrupted, not greedy, and put people together, have all of those incredible resources of our life. If we succeed to rally around them, there's no stop for how far we can go. I don't think the new generation is going to be as limited to the aspect of politics and power, and they're just going to focus on that. I foresee that there will be a better ideology where we focus on what's good, what's positive. Of course, to a degree, there's no absolute statistic in almost anything. Hardly, probably theoretical, but when it comes to real life, there's going to be some degree. But if we succeed to focus on those and put away all of our differences and who's in control and who cares who control what, as long as we are more connected collectively, we will reach faster, safer, and definitely we will achieve more. I am also just like Milo. Right around that time, I started to learn for the first time. I'm not sure, just a year before, after, same time. I heard for the first time 3D printing. I didn't even know what it is. A friend of mine said, "Yeah, you could print cars, you could print shoes, you could." I know you're rational, but you sound like you're smoking something. Okay, these days you have to tell me what crack are you on? And no, he was serious. He showed me the things, and I still couldn't believe it for the first time. This is unbelievable. I didn't invent it. The concept of it is just so refreshing. Wow, how far a human brain can go. It was really impressive and inspiring seeing that, and how far we could go with that. So I did get excited back then about it, and I said, this is definitely something. I don't know when and how, but it sounds something will reshape life. Okay. So I began to, if you're talking about 2013, I don't know how many people, definitely have to be fewer people knew about the whole concept, and they would need to verify it. It was just hard to believe. If you talk about today, 9 years later, next year will be 10 years from that time, it has gone from nothing today, or 2021, to a $10 billion industry. All right. And if you are talking about just 4 years ahead, 2026, the prediction is it will be right around like $37 to $40 billion annual revenue, the market cap of 3D printing. Is it going anywhere? Yes. Up, forward, onward, that's where it's going. So this will become a reality, just like 20 years ago, I would tell you there's going to be a place that we call it something, and you go there and you get everything you want to get. It's like the mall of the internet. It's the new way of interneting, okay? And you're going to have the ability to communicate. You're going to have the ability to get educated and educate. You're going to have the ability to transfer data, information, even funds and money, and have the ability to promote and market businesses, causes, all of that, manage your business all in one place. Have crowdfunding built in, have this. You are going to tell me, Ash, stop your crack, okay, habit, but today it's here on passive. So just like that, I think if you always want to look long term, at least 10 years or so. Successful people, they don't look at life in day to day or micro details, okay? Because this is temporary. It's going to quick fast. You can achieve much, but if you realistically look at it from a decade or two ahead down the road, this will be a big part of our life. I'm not sure the latest statistics. I can quickly review that, but to my knowledge, we were set to have around 20% of all manufacturing done through internet. I'm sorry, through 3D printing. So you're talking about a few years, 4 or 5 years from now, is going to be 37, 40 billion-dollar industry. Who knows how much we can contribute to that the next 4 or 5 years. And as of today, or at least the last year, 2021, with all what's happening, it's still at 1%. See how much room we have until, let's say, we get to a point where uh, 50% of half of the stuff that we consume and use in our life will be done through 3D printing. It's not a new concept if you look at it. I mean, what you do in real life, like if you prepare a cake or something and you decorate it, or strawberry juice or soup, if you wish. Okay, I know you never heard of that. That's like the next science fiction invention that was invented by Celestine. That is Julie's daughter, and she invented something called strawberry soup. I still don't get it, but hey, you see, there's so much room for growth. Uh, the fact that we have done it, but we've done it manually. So if you look at it, whether it's a meal or uh, uh, an object that we manufactured, okay, in any method, so far it's been done by a human. The difference now is going to be done by a machine. So we have the anything that is just a paper, flat paper, if you wish, okay, thin paper, thin, you manufacture that, okay, and where am I? Okay. This is a paper. This is one layer, and that would be uh, 1D, one dimension. All right. Now, if you have ink or something and you cut out of that paper, it becomes two-dimensional. Three, which is something that is physical. Okay, it has to be uh, additive, and subtractive, meaning you have the ability, let's say, to get a material. So something that you can add layers to it. It has to be layered, and so you can subtract. So let's say a box and an object. Let's say this is a whole box. So if you're able to take parts out of it, subtractive. Okay, you could add to it from either raw material that is like filming tapes. Get into those. I had the chance to see 3D printing in my life. How it works is literally uh, a machine that you refill it with materials. There are two types of it. It can have just a few things, whether it's plastic or any raw material, and it melted as it engraves that shape of object that you're building. Or it could be totally a complete, let's say, complete box, and everything is done inside. But again, you have to give it the material. So the advantage of 3D printing, this is how I see it and why I think it's that advantage. Number one, it's environmental friendly. All right. So there's no transportation. You minimize the manufacturing part. Two, the convenience. All right. So I'm going to give you an aspect of the convenience, safety, security for that. Your car brakes, your IBM or BMW car. I went to IBM. Or Mercedes-Benz brakes in Alaska when it's brutally cold, devastating stormy weather, and you need a part. Okay, so and that part is available at the manufacturer original place in Germany. How do you get it from Germany in a brutal time? Let's say there's a pandemic, there's winter time, snow. How do you get that part in time and do it? It's a project. Okay, it's going to take time, inconvenience, not safe. You have to be on hold. But if you have that 3D printing, let's say now, at least commercially, it is owned. So let's say those car makers have in towns, they have their printing machines, okay, 3D printing machines. They, let's say, have a dealer or so within the same area. you are able to have that part printed, get your car fixed, and get on the road again. No transportation, no pollution is caused. You know, you didn't use an airplane or a ship or boat or, say with me, car, trucks, all of that. You have saved so much time. You have saved money, of course, and you have saved the the environment damage. It's a very good aspect. Two, we could definitely we can be more uh, redundant. We can have a million people printing the same thing at the same time. So how much we can accomplish simultaneously. So it is powerful. It's incredible, and to do it safer that the machine gets the damage or the hurt or the pain and all of that. We don't have to get physically tired or my father is one who lost a finger. He's a carpenter, you know that, okay, because of the dangerous tools that they use. Obviously, my brother also recently with a hammer, he just literally uh, crushed one of his fingers as well. So that can be minimized if the machine is getting the dangerous work for us. This is the controversial thing. So a lot of people think AI, 3D, you're talking about so much machinery stuff, a lot of automation. Where is the human? They're going to take over. Relax, okay? We program those. We're not going to program them to kill them. The machine is a machine. It doesn't know much. It's not intelligent. The human is the intelligent one, all right? The machine doesn't, it's a dumb object. It's dead, doesn't have a soul, doesn't have a brain, nothing. It's a software. We program it to do what? To do the repetitive things or to do predictive stuff for us to make our life easier. In fact, I feel we're going to have a better lifespan, okay, due to the financial benefit of that. Do you agree with me, all of you, that the financial stability would improve our well-being? Will be healthier? Do you think it can minimize wars? Because most of wars are, there's some money involved in that. Do you think it will minimize crime if money wasn't an issue? Do you think it can eliminate or at least minimize poverty? Do you think it can improve education where there's knowledge and education? It can definitely, you're going to have a better, more effective, productive, less criminal society. Of course. So everything goes around, having that. So I do feel quite the opposite. We're going to probably live longer. I'm not a fan of living like eternal. Okay. We're not going to be able to do that. So science is good. Okay. But again, it has some boundaries. Okay. There's a creator that can control everything. I do believe in that. And we believe that we can improve, we can conquer some diseases, we can over time, okay, we can conquer some of those major challenging topics and threatening catastrophes, whether there's global warming, whether it's wars or anything that can really cause us damage as humans and to our planet. It can be minimized. So where is the risk in that? We should all be happy that there are some brains, we're fortunate, that think ahead and create those tools, okay? Some are actually too ambitious that they are printing human shields. Okay, if you're not paying attention to what I said, yeah, they are printing, okay, human parts, body parts, okay? Did you hear that? I know, it's sick, okay? It is crazy. Some are very ambitious. I'm gonna put disclaimer, warning. I'm not going that way. It's not on passive, but there are some who are so ambitious, they're gonna say, maybe one day in the future, they will be able, they, not we, okay, able to print a human. It is sick. It's controversial. I'm not endorsing that. I'm just telling you how far they think. But again, I'm going to say myself, this is my philosophy, this is my theory, my knowledge, my humble education. I can tell you, science is unbelievable. It's powerful, but it has boundaries. There's some areas I wouldn't even touch. I don't want to recreate a person. Yeah, we can fix an ear. We can, a bone or replace a hip. It's fine, but I'm not going to create a person. That's just, to me, it's impossible. But I'm just giving you the perspective. It's wild. It's open. Okay, how far we can go. But what if we, at least those who suffer injuries, whether from accidents or some, uh, uh, war effect or any of that, and now we can give them their arm back or somehow, or finger, or it's incredible. Why not? Okay, but not going to create the soul or the heart or put alive in a human being. Okay, so if we're able to have most of the manufacturing done, the ambition of ONPASSIVE, why I go with that 3D printing, you see, I didn't come up with the concept. It's already there. It's been done. What we're doing, what we're getting better with is automating that, having the machine do the 3D printing, which we do anyway. When you create something, okay, whether you sculpture or something, when you do that, you're what's the word? You're subtracting, okay, to come up with a certain shape. Or if you build something with multiple layers, whether it's cake, whether it's a meal, whether it's any object, okay, that is also addition. Okay, you're adding to that object, so you make something completely visible. Okay, so I'm not talking about life now. We're talking about objects. That's an insane thing to foresee, that the machine will be taking care of that. Okay, why not? Just similar to the first IBM computer, which is available at Harvard School, by the way. You go there, you see it. It's, I don't know, it's the size of maybe a big room, the first machine. So who could afford that? The first computer. Who could afford that? It has to be one back then. Then only businesses could afford, I'm going to show you the evolution. Only major businesses could afford a computer as a mainframe, or a server, to do some work on that. Only, in fact, in the beginning, governments, military departments, okay, big entities would have to, enterprises, to be able to, maybe a bank, to be able to afford and own a computer. Then some businesses, then even small businesses, doesn't have to be large enterprises. So all in all, if you think about it, wow, okay, so we went from one computer to several countries, to almost every country but certain departments at a high level, to almost every small business. And then Steve Jobs came. Every pocket, every home, multiple computers. If you count the smartphones, they're a computer, or a sort of a computing machine. And wow, what happened? And the addition to it came. There's a camera, there's a financial wallet, there is a compass in it, a GPS, there is a calculator, all in one. There's a video recorder in it. There is a notebook pad. There's an internet browser in it. What can you do with it? What can't you do? Okay, and all the additional applications that So it's possible, if you think about it, even Xerox in the beginning, it was, some companies have the ability to print. Now, most homes or small business own, they can print their own stuff. I'm talking about a paper, ink, colors, that happens. So if you think about the same concept, is it possible? I'm not claiming anything. Is it possible that down the road in the future, I don't know when, that we will have somewhat 3D printing in our local businesses, every corner, every coffee shop, without us having to cook? Can we automate the process of making coffee? It's already there. It's a coffee printer. Okay, that's it. Can you, the vending machine, can you get a drink from there, like to be your salesperson, the vendor, the cashier, all of that? Yeah, it's already there. There's some automated stuff. Okay, so the doorman, the janitor, can somebody else take care of that work? Yes. Smart card, biometric stuff. Yeah. So it's already happening. So is it possible that it will be more available? I'm not saying it's already there. Okay. I just told you last year, $10 billion generated from that. 1% of everything that is manufactured, 1% is already done. Is it possible that it will be 10, 20%? It's already happening. There's no way we can avoid that. So I think realistic people, visionaries, will just see the opportunity early on and adapt that, disruptive concept and go along. Or you could say this is crazy, delusional, I don't know how to do it. That's an excuse. You don't have to do it. We need people to do it. Okay, we need programmers to do it, and they write the software. So AI is just definitely going to make us live longer, safer, get along, be more united, go above the little bitty things. Okay. Say similarly, 3D printing. Now, if you combine the two, double the power. Okay. If you combine it with a solution for sustainable energy, we are the hook. Okay. This planet will be upside down in a good way. Okay. Now, we can marry two planets together. Maybe, I don't know, Mercury is hot, okay, and Earth, and we are going to get, I don't know, a new planet. That's sick. You don't have to listen to me. I'm just being ridiculous about how far we can go when we have solution for sustainable energy and all of that. Hey, if it's free and if it's sustainable, we could just have floating air conditioning. So there's no hot place in the middle of the Sahara Desert. It will be just perfect, 74 degrees or whatever you want it. In our Antarctica, you could also heat it. So it's insane. I know I'm crazy with my thoughts. I'm just floating ideas how far a human brain can go when those boundaries and those barriers have been blocking our progress for a long time, centuries. So we are passionate about inventing things, creating new, useful tools to a human race. And I do believe we will contribute to that. Okay, starting with the digital ecosystem that's unbelievably valuable, that will really empower people, uplift humanity, and draw the rest of these ambitions behind it. Hopefully, so I want you to always constantly think you don't have to do it, but at least support those who are doing it. Okay, I am not doing so and so, for example, personally, but if there is an ambitious person, company, do I support them? Absolutely. Okay, why not? We need to. We're obligated as human beings to learn, to explore, to navigate new ventures and get ahead. That's the most distinguished, uh, you know, thing that make us human beings, and this is the ultimate, most, uh, you know, elite and what's the word? I forgot. But it's definitely the most honorable creature, and that would make us different from a tree, from a dog, from any other being, or I don't know, a fish. So we're human beings. So we have a brain that is powerful. How far can it go? No limit. No limit. No limit. All right. So can you imagine what we can do? I mean, when I'm talking about sustainable energy, meaning you don't run out of fuel. All right. So you're gonna have a rocket that can fly. You can send it to the furthest. Okay, is that right? Planet, and come back, and take a cookie and go another trip and come back. Okay, Uber to Jupiter and come back, and Uranus. Uh, if you have a machine and equipment that can go and doesn't need to be refueled, okay, you can travel across the globe, and at any speed, if that was solved. So I want you to start thinking ahead, forward. Don't think, okay, that is difficult. Just because you don't mechanically get it, I don't get many things. All right, it doesn't stop me from dreaming and thinking. I'll be able to connect with the right minds, with the engineers, with the makers, with the experts and professionals in every field, and combine. And they don't have to have the ability to do it based on their past. They don't have to have on their resume, I created a 3D printing before. But together, if you assemble a team and give them the thought and support them, how do you support them? You see how you're a part of that, okay? And then create that. Everything is possible. If you can imagine something, it can be done. It's possible. All right. So 3D printing is a fact. Is it going to happen? No. It already happened. It's happening. It's just going to get more and more and more. Just like the IBM computer, more people are going to have access to it. Essentially, it will be available just like many things. Okay. I don't know. The toll on the highway. Okay. What is that? That's AI. That is, something that is automated. Same thing. We're going to have so much automation, so much technology as we go. So the remaining balance of our lifespan, us here, let's enjoy it. Don't resist. You could argue and finish your life in an argument, or just accept it. It's a fact. It's happening. Try to get the most out of it. Don't think you have to invent it. Don't think how you're going to utilize it, or just support who are making it. All right? Because we've talked about this, I think, on the Academy session a while ago in last month, in February the 13th, when we had that podcast, or what do they call it? Padinar. So one of the ambitions, okay, is the metaverse, or virtual reality, or the augmented reality, where you're able to virtually operate something. Okay, the ability to scan a human dental aspects, it's already there. It's they scan it 3D. Okay, the device exists already. Not every dentist has it. I'm sure Dr. Bill would be able to talk more on this, and all the other dentists we have. So they have the ability to do that, but then the other component is to do whether the how do you say it, the buildup of the crowns and implants and all of that. So when you go and do them in semi-automated or more manual process, so there is a frame of error there, versus if you scan it to perfection, like 100% accurate, and you manufacture it as a machine, like perfected. You see how there's not going to be a bad dentist in that case. And that's one aspect of the medical field. So if we're able to do things more efficient, easier, cleaner, faster, why not? Yeah. save time, and there's not a shift. You don't have to work, 9 to 5. You don't have, it can work around the clock, and you definitely can program it to keep spinning. Just like the computer, you want to print 100 page. I'm sorry, the regular print. That printer, the one at your home or workplace, the one with the ink that I think all of us used it. Okay, that's 2D. So when you press or put two files in queue, and one is 20 pages, 100 pages, and I don't know, go take a shower, take a walk. That is time saving. The machine is doing the work, and you're the smart, keep inventing. All right. So you definitely could put a lot of things in queue. You don't have to be there. And again, if it burns, if it burn out, if it get tired, that's a machine, not you. You didn't break an arm or a limb or something. Right? So keep going, human. I have learned so much from ONPASSIVE founders. And so many great ideas. Okay, so absolutely. So it's just a start. Once you enable people, this is exactly what I expected or hoped for, at least. Enable people. There are two major challenges. Is like, the limit us, the brain frame, or the mindset limitation. It's like of a boxed, path is chosen for us. I don't know how many 100 years ago somebody put it, and we just do the same. We're almost like, forgive me, in most cases, at least this is when I recognized I have to look around. Okay, we're like sheep, we just follow the pave. Okay, so and we just follow. But hey, you have to look around and explore, and everything is possible. We don't have to follow the same lineage. With all the respect, they did what they did to their ability, okay, to their awareness, but now we know more, we know better. So we should look around, as long as we do clean things, as long as we do good stuff. All right. So yeah, definitely. So this is the exact thing, the brain limitation that we have culturally, mentally, educationally, academically, okay, or in academia, that if we remove that and unlock the knowledge, and everybody has access to the knowledge they want, selected elective knowledge, not TV knowledge. Okay, most people, oh, I saw, or Facebook knowledge, forgive me, that's not knowledge. That's somebody's brainwashing you to a certain ideology, whether it's politics, whether it's, I don't know, money, selling you, commercial, all of it. If you're talking about keep the person, you're passionate about 3D, or you're passionate about, making guitars, I don't know, whatever is your passion, you're free to choose your topic and get all the information on that at the easiest, cheapest, most effective, safest way. That's something I get excited about. The other limitation, obviously, is finances. Okay, so most people have those too. So a long time ago, I thought if we remove those, okay, unlock the brain, all right, and unlock those financial, barriers that are just boxing everybody, choking us up, and everybody could be, I don't want to say wealthy, but at least secure. So there's no dictator can have a power on you because they have, so you have money too, or you have resources too. So hello, welcome to humanity. Okay, we're equal, nobody's powerful or superior to other. Okay, so I thought if we succeed to unlock, enable people, all right, so the other value, I don't dictate. Okay, or whether it's your brain, your passion, your spiritual life, your principles, that is up to you. So if I contribute to humanity by helping them to minimize all those burdens, okay, if you wish, for the finances, or the way of thinking, do you realize, before we go commercially to the general public or open market with ONPASSIVE, technically we're launching, and the launching process not officially launched. Did you realize that we enabled a lot of brains, so many brains, activated them? That like mine, many times it was rusty because you're trapped into the daily challenges, and you just want to survive, and like it is blocking the brain. So I'm not thinking of 3D printing. I'm not thinking of AI, and I'm not thinking 20 years from now. I'm thinking, what am I going to eat for tonight? I lived that time. I lived. Where am I going to stay the next day or month, or in my life? So if you're in that mind, you're not going to be creative. Okay, I know the the need is the mother of all inventions. Okay, perhaps, but when you're boxed mentally and financially, you are almost like a paralyzed person, and that is not a good state to be in. So I see, and I'm proudly seeing many of us founders here have transitioned and been transformed to a more visionary mentality rather than focused on the now. Do I have the budget to fund all those ambitions? Do I have all the engineers and all? No. But at least if you're focused on that direction, we'll find a way together. We'll find a way. With you, I don't really necessarily want to claim that we're going to be magical, because often I see that some of the founders exaggerate about the expectations of ONPASSIVE. We're not God, we're not creators, we're not going to solve every issue, we're not going to touch every aspect of a human personal life. So again, it goes back to how you use it, your capacity, your interest, your motivation, all of that. But I want to ask a question, whether you if you're able to say, who, give me a person that is so big that we all know, a man that is alive as of now, that is big in automobile industry, big in cars, and big in space, shuttles and rockets. One person. So who's a person?
Elon Musk.
Elon, right? He's so big in both, right? Did you know that he did not invent any of them? He did not invent the first rocket. He did not invent the first car. He did not invent the first airplane, but he contributes. So that's how you want to look at it. We don't have to invent. We don't have to be the original maker, and we don't have to give directions of how to use things. We're going to contribute everybody to their ability. You're good at something, do it. Listen, everybody knows something that the other person doesn't know. Everyone has some unique information. The key is, how could we get a lot of data, okay, on the table, so it becomes not one idea, not two ideas, excited and solve it. So our idea is to get us, or hope that we can gather all the knowledge possible, and we don't need to be the makers of every aspect of it. But if we make it available, 100 years later, one of our children or grandchildren can take a look. This is how things used to be in the past, 2022, with old, grand founders of ONPASSIVE. So now that will be put to use. With ONPASSIVE, it's more elective and meshing the whole internet in one, connecting you with our AI, with our professional, I would say ethical, non-monopoly process, with the right audience. In my world, I see ONPASSIVE in the future is the traffic. So think about it, like, let's say they have a billion unique customers. We don't know, okay? But what is their qualification? An email account or a phone number? Perhaps not all of them are real serious buyers. We don't know their ages. We don't know. You could say, yeah, I am 18. You could say that, right? But you're not 18, or a child. How do we track that? Unless it's a more professional, clean environment, like ONPASSIVE with KYC and all of that. Now we have serious buyers. We have qualified, targeted buyers. Qualified meaning people really have a card or a method of payment or out. They have a real identity. So I believe it's not necessarily the volume, whether we get to 1 billion or even stay at 1 million. But I do believe sincerely that we are far more effective and more qualified. So we will be the traffic. We're going to buy traffic until we become the traffic and people will come to buy from us. Here's what's beautiful about ONPASSIVE. I heard that we have a booster, a good kickstart, ahead of our peers in a way, because we're right from the inception of our ONPASSIVE creation. We're aware of AI and 3D printing and all those aspects. So if you realize whether it's internet connection, cable connection for your television, or I don't know, AC. So if technology, whatever you had, if it's an old building, whatever was built in is not compatible with today's requirements, they're gonna have to rebuild, knock down a couple walls and rebuild and all that. That's a bit more. It's a hassle versus you built in. So we're being equipped for the future. We're creating tomorrow's technology today, as we say in the video. So I'm proud of that aspect, and I'm actually very pleased to hear others are becoming aware of. We do have a good, like even the most technological, high-tech, big, tech giants as of today, they have to go back, okay, and start fixing and fitting in, okay, just like you have a 2000 computer operating system. I don't know, Windows 2000 was back then, whatever, AOL connection and you name it, okay, and now you want to upgrade that and add all the new applications and Windows 11, okay. You're not going to be able to do that. It's not compatible. It doesn't have the infrastructure, the capacity, the speed, the RAM, all of that, the hardware, the motherboard. It's not going to work if it's like that, old. I gave a severe radical example so I can just show you the contrast. But even if it was 5 years ago, you want to assemble something new to it, it's not as when it's built in. Always built in is more natural, more organic. It will work together, less wobbly, less, it doesn't break down, hopefully.
We have Cynthia Brow up next.
You have something nobody had. Just think bigger, all right? God bless you all. I love you.